Good morning from the East Bay. I decided I'd put this selfie or wand to use, see what it actually does. So, pardon my unprofessionalness. Nevertheless, it gives me more of a distance, I guess. Out here by the East Bay. And as you could probably see, let me see, San Francisco in the distance out there. Widen it up. Well, anyway, see the sand. You know, last night I was thinking about something, and come across people. Sometime us, periodically some of them, whites. You know, when people are at their last, you can't figure it out. They will resort to all types of language, perspectives, false understandings, impulsive words that really do not pertain to you. Say, for an example, someone says to you, you think you're better than them. Well, from a human standpoint, no, you're not better than them. But your mind frame might be totally different than theirs, and it could be better than theirs at this point. So when you hear somebody tell you that, you know, you just respond to them. Are you creative? Are you doing anything creative? Are you creating anything? Do you have a project you're working on? If they can't answer that question, then you are better than them if you're doing exactly that you're asking them about. If you're creative, if you're resourceful, if you're helpful to people, yeah, you're in a better mind frame. You're in a better perspective. No doubt. We're moving into 2025. Now we're up on the elections. Who's going to win? Did you vote? Did you not vote? No big deal. I'm going to tell you why. People are followers, and they will do what the crowd do. If you voted your heart and mind. Whether wrong or right, that's on you. So if the candidate gets in there and does something against society, like what has been happening over the last 4 years with Kamala and Joe Biden, they stood up and told you. Okay? If that's who you're wishing for, shame on you. If you're wishing for Trump, well, that's a throw of the dice. You don't know what's going to happen there. Biden and Kamala have done some things, I heard, that benefits to a certain degree, but they've done a lot to the disbenefit of society. People coming into America undocumented. I want you to know, I have actually met people from over there that are documented and have been here a few years that are very unhappy with what Biden and Kamala has done. And they're from over the same places that the people are coming from. So when you think about that, you have to say to yourself, look what I found here. Look at this. I'm always lucky like this. I didn't put it here. A $5 bill. Ain't that something? It's mine. I have this thing about the universe. The universe gives back. I am always giving. Open-hearted. You can't have everything, and you ain't gonna get the shirt off my back unless it's warm outside. But I did some things a couple of days ago. Look at this little swirl here on the beach. And you got some driftwood. I did a couple of things, did a couple of good deeds for some sisters the other day that were setting up a booth. I helped them set up the booth, didn't charge them nothing. Came back and helped them break it down, didn't charge them nothing. Done some other things, done so much that I really can't even recall. But look at this. The universe. And I found this on the beach. Somebody else could have found it, but I found it. Sneak it in my pocket. And I'm going to keep giving. Because the universe gives back. Most people, they have a vision of a God. They're praying to God all the time. I mean, they get on their knees and they pray. But yet they really don't do anything that to recontribute back to them. Hear the ocean. Sometimes you just put into a position so you can experience some blessings and some wonders. How are you doing? Let the sun hit you, baby. Hope you can hear it, because these are Sony headphones that I have on. They might be noise cancellation, but I hope they're not canceling out the nice sound from the sea here. And this water is clear, kind of clean all the way out, but it's cold. Pacific water here in the Bay Area is cold. We have people, they call them forgot what they call them. They're like, but they like to swim in this cold shit. Okay, so I mean, you know, that's not something I like to do. We got sisters down there enjoying themselves. And we have apartments on the coastline. People pay to live here. I couldn't do it. Give me a cheap apartment. I'll come out here on the coast, because you can actually park out here. A van. You know, you don't want to park too long. But I don't think they can be any higher. Like this guy over here. See that white van over there? You can see it. Out here early in the morning, he jumped out. He had a skateboard and did what he had to do. He probably has it all laid out in that van. But a lot of people are doing things like that. But apartments on the coastline, this is probably costing a good $3 grand unless you're in some program or something like that. But I'm just saying, apartment is so boxed in. I can be in one of these apartments and enjoy it for a little while, maybe a year or two, but it gets old. You can't push the walls any further out. You can't do anything to it. It's just a cubicle. It's basically what it is. But God bless those who appreciate that type of a roof. I got this special brew. Got a yacht out there moving. If you can see it. Let me see if I can. If I can't, I'm gonna leave it like this. Something else we have to do, I'm already on it, is learn to be outside more. And take in the moments. I see a lot of people, they pass up and down on the walkway down here, and they're looking down. They got their mind on what they got their mind on, but then again, what about the sea? What about the birds? What about everything that you can look at that might somewhat ease the sensation of grief, stress, wonder, unsurety? Because when you feel boxed in by the system, you've acquired a lot of things. When I say things, I mean material things, paid off or unpaid off. Fortunately, paid off. Unfortunately, still paying on it. It puts you in a box, a systematic box. Vacation that you consider that you're taking, and you move away and you go away for a couple of days, a week or so. Not really a vacation, it's just a moment's escape. You know, you leave and you go to some uncharted island or another country. You're there for a couple of weeks, maybe a month. And when you come back, you can only just really just tell the story of where you were at. And it's kind of like that dissolves. I mean, you bring the pictures, it dissolves. It's not like you're going there to stay. See, anywhere I go, I've been back here. I'm from the Bay Area, from East Palo Alto, about 35 miles away from here, going this direction. Left, went to Washington State in 1979, stayed there 2 years, came back down here, hitchhiked back down here 900 miles. That was an adventure. Stayed about 9 years, and then left, went to West Virginia where there was no money. Then went to Florida, stayed 26 years. My point is this: when people travel, they call themselves escaping or vacationing. You go away for a week or two, and then you come right back to the same old shit. I'm one, when I go places, when I decide to go, I'll be there for a moment. I become the Greek. I become the Italian. I become the African. I become the Chinese. I become the Swede, because I'm going to be there for a long time, because that's where I choose to go and be. I'm not going to be there for a couple of days. I'm not going to be there for a week. I mean, what am I going to get out of a couple of days or a week? Unless it's business or something like that. Well, it doesn't make sense to me. When you got a week, 2 weeks vacation from a job, you know where I'm coming from? You're allotted this week, 2 weeks vacation, maybe a month's vacation. Some jobs are so good. Oh, I don't know what jobs are doing nowadays. It's so crazy. But some jobs are so good to where you can accumulate your days and your weeks. But then you say, I'm going to go to Hawaii. Worse yet, I'm going to travel the world in a month. or not you can't travel more than a month, but I'll say you're going to go to a few places in a month's time. How much did you accumulate mentally? I mean, what was your experiences? Nothing. You just saw a couple of things. You just ate a couple of bites of food. Tried to talk to people. You really didn't understand what they were saying. You really didn't get it all in. Wherever I decide to go, I'm going to be there for a while. I've been back here in California for about 15 years now. I've seen more of, and have enjoyed more of California than I have when I was raised here and coming up. I've seen more. Say right here in Alameda, while driving Uber some months ago. I haven't been back here for almost 4 years since COVID-19. As I was talking about how you vote, after that little debacle right there, Biden practically came out on television and said, we're just joking. There was nothing serious about it. You guys are going to vote for him? And cackling Kamala? No. Crazy. We're going to see who won the votes. And I might as well say that it is what it is. Because see, we have issues over here in Gaza. While we're over here doing what they're doing, and I'm sipping on coffee, right now people are being killed. And you need to consider another thing. They've been periodically I'm just going to say it, murdering black people. See, YouTube is such a thing now to where they want to stipulate and limit your conversation, ban your conversation. Well, I'm going to say this is either going to get through, it's not, because I have it on recording. And I can put it wherever I want to put it. I can put it on CDs, I can put it on flash drive and drop it wherever I need to drop it. But then people have to wait for some of my points and my statements. So they might not be so patient as to listen to the whole video. They might say, blah. But there's some points to ponder. So when you decide to vacation and escape, what is the point if you're not going to go there and be there for a while? Yeah, look at the sea, look at the water. See, that goes right back to what I was saying about getting out and being out. Enjoying the outside more. I love water. And I can deal with camping. And I can deal with the wilds. But I'm not a wilds type of person, although I can deal with that. You know. And that's something I'm going to do too, is camp more. Be free more. The key is to be free more. Not be so encapsulated by the system. Because it's coming to a point where, and I can't understand it. You know, I can't comprehend why you have these beings. Are they beings? Are they people? What are they? Yeah, that's a solid rock there. That want to control humanity, control their food, control their freedoms. Understand, freedoms. I mean, we really don't use our given freedoms much, say 50% of the time anyway. So when they start to restrict what they document and consider our freedoms, we probably won't feel that we're in this capsule until then. But our freedoms, pretty much as human beings, we have a certain natural control over our freedoms to where we don't really do much but maybe go to the beach, go camping, go roller skating, bowling, go to a sports game, go to a restaurant, visit friends or family, a few other things like that. So naturally, we don't use the majority of our freedoms. And that's a given. To me, these birds are at their best when they're sitting their asses right over there just like that. Otherwise, all they ever do is get on my nerves. And they know they're wrong. Look at them. I point this over here. They want to start walking away. I ain't feeding you nothing because I know what you do. You will reward me with a drop of poop. I ain't having it. I'm just walking and talking to y'all. Transhumanism. That's easier to comprehend than anything. Transhumanism pretty much began with the allowance, the okay, of what they're doing to, what they want to do with children, beginning with children. You see, because children are gullible. You begin with children, then you have a whole new different society, a whole new different, they won't even be thinking, they'll be controlled. Just a whole new different society of people that are gullible to what? To any grown devil's sexual activities. I think kids that are like 11 and 12 years old right now, it's kind of like that's the phase is moving into that right now. And 20 years from now will probably be about the last. When the kids reach about 20 years old, they'll probably be about the last of the generation that can maybe think fairly decent. Think about that. Well, that's my little chat for today. Like I said, that's my video. Document it. I'll keep it there to be good for family. It'll be good for anybody else that really wants to peek in. Once again, San Francisco's way down that way. That's San Francisco. You could barely see the buildings, but you can see it. It looks like an island. Then you have like South San Francisco, moving on down this way. You got San Mateo and blah, blah, blah. But hey, y'all, peace.